Hello, my name is Steve, and I make stuff with paper. And this is debt. Yeah, this debt.
Fear. You. I do love the smell of fear. It's intoxicating.
Let's just say it didn't go as planned. So, today, I'm gonna remake him. First, I'm gonna start with the head. I roll up some paper and cover it with tape. Cut out pieces of flat folded tape and glue on each end. For the teeth, I twirl and cut off bits of paper, sticking each one on, subsequently cutting off the excess. Afterwards, I attach the top and the bottom jaw, covering with tape and using a tweezer to push it between the teeth. The nose eventually gets glued on, following with the forehead and a place to put the eyes. Everything gets concealed, like poking two holes in the head where the eyes will go. The brows get placed on, and once everything looks good, I give it all a quick rub of liquid glue and stick on two pointy ears. I build the body up with paper, then wrap with tape. I glue the neck to the head, then to the body. I buff up the body and the shoulders to give him more of an aesthetic look, and as far as detailing goes, I add some muscle along the neck, concealing, then add his abs across the belly with some extra muscle details to the side. Mask everything up and follow in eyes extra large, extra beefy chest with his collarbones. His spine gets glued on, and I make two boomerangs which will be his shoulder blades. The rest of his back gets covered with some randomly shaped shapes, and I shake till it all gets covered up. I fatten up the waist, glue on some glutes, cover them up, and rub on some glue to keep said glutes in place. Afterwards, I can start making the upper legs by wrapping up with twisted paper for the bones, sticking on some muscle, then masking with tape. And I repeat the same process for the lower legs. The rest of the leg is made using a long twisted paper, taped up, then cut into smaller sizes and glued on to form the feet. I attach strings of paper to each toe, then blend them in. Following that, I wrap each foot with a thin sheet of tape, cutting off the excess, and I do the same for the waist and the legs. But that didn't work, so I just covered the legs with paper. And voila. The pants are done, and I rub on some glue. To create the folds on the pants, I cut out small sheets of paper, which gets folded and glued on, and I repeat this process on various areas. And once done, I blend them all in. Afterwards, I wrap on some slender tape around his lower legs and glue on his claws, following with a quick rub of glue. The hands and necks, and it's pretty much the same process as the legs. I glue on the bone, attach random shapes of muscle to set bone and cover with tape. Following are his weapons, which I craft the blade by folding up some paper into a C shape, then smash together. Once that's done, I glue on the rest of the sickle, cut out the scabbard from the leftover tape, wrap a long piece of tape around his waist, then glue on both sets of scabbards to the sides. Almost forgot the tail. For the next step, I wrap on some torn up tape across his arms and his shoulders, then placing a collar around his neck. I patch up all the openings afterwards, glue on some paper for the pulls and folds. Everything gets covered in liquid glue, and I place on the hoodie, which I made off camera. Moving on to the base, I'm gonna go with foam so I can cut into and add some texture with some old aluminium foil. He gets glued on and I attach his weapons. Unfortunately, the glue burned through the foam, so I switched to this. Not knowing what this is, I break off small pieces into smaller pieces and glue on top and smash with some aluminium foil. He gets placed back on and it's time to paint. I hit everything with a black base coat, following with some lighter shades of grey using a sponge. The pants get painted brown along with the leg and the armbands. Afterwards, I go back with the lighter brown color. The scabbards get a darker brown paint, and so does the weapon handles. His face gets colored grey and the rest of his body gets a white coating. The eyes then get painted red and the teeth white. With the sponge, I dirty up the tip of his coat, then hit everything with a black wash, soaking up the excess. The weapons get painted silver. Afterwards, I paint the base white with some purple in between the cracks, following with some red on top. That turns into a disaster, so I do what anyone else would do in my case. I coat the base with black, following with some lighter shades of grey, and we're done. So yeah, that's it. If you did make it this far, consider dropping a like and subscribing, and maybe I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.